work and achievements of 3 remarkable individuals who have contributed significantly to the success of our basketball program. First, let's recognize Travis Zanowski, accompanied by his grandparents Amy and Brian. Travis is majoring in athletic administration, and his favorite memory is a testament to the team's prowess on the court. The exhilarating victory over #1 Whitewater right here at home is Travis plans to continue his journey by pursuing a graduate degree while showing his passion for the game as a college basketball coaching staff member. Congratulations, Travis Zanowski. Up next, we have Anthony Bernero, joined by his parents Rachel and Tim. Anthony, a double major in business management and exercise sports science, holds a cherished memory of the triumphant CCIW tournament, particularly the victory over Illinois Wesleyan. Beyond Carthage, Anthony envisions a future working for a professional sports team or coaching, bringing his leadership and skills to the next level. Congratulations, Anthony Bernero. Finally, let's acknowledge Nemi Ostojic, escorted by his parents, Veslan and Robert. Majoring in business management, Nemi's stand-up memory is the thrilling win against Elmhurst last year, marking the beginning of conference success. As he looks ahead, Nemi plans to include attending law school, where he undoubtedly will carry the Firebird spirit into new arenas. Congratulations, Nemi Ostojic. Fans, let's hear it one more time for our 3 amazing seniors. To Travis, Anthony, and Nemi, Carthage Athletics extends our heartfelt appreciation for your dedication, passion, and contributions to Carthage men's basketball. Congratulations on your senior day, and may the Firebird spirit accompany you in all your future endeavors. Go Birds!
Are we good? Where's the other team? I don't know. Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for NCAA men's basketball as the visiting Titans of Illinois Wesleyan come to town to take on the home Firebirds senior night at Tarble Arena. Hello everybody, alongside my broadcast colleague Eric Elger, I'm Peter Ferreri. You want to talk about the battle at the top of the CCIW, Eric. This is it.
Yeah, this game, huge for the Firebirds here. And we were just talking about how the Firebirds undefeated at home this season. So the way the confidence that the Firebirds have had, anyone coming here to the Tarble, you know the Birds will be ready for the tough test that Wesleyan presents. And Wesleyan, what they pride themselves on is tough defense. And when you look at the last time they met,
yeah, looking at this situation right now, Wesleyan coming into town, 2 conference losses. Let's look at some of the statistics of how these teams battle. I like to call it the tail of the tape.
Yeah, something that, look, I was saying, Titans, they pride themselves on tough defense. Coach Jurkovic talked about how they are super physical, and the key for the Firebirds tonight is to match that physicality and keep them off the offensive rebounds, because they have a lot of strong physical presence all over, up and down their lineup. Yeah. And they are the CCIW's best defense. But as you can see there, leading in points per game against holding opponents to the worst shooting out of the conference. So Carthage has their work cut out for them offensively tonight.
Yeah, looking at some of the numbers, some additional numbers. Titans 9-1 at home, 6-5 away. Carthage 9-0 at home. So again, it lends itself to be a great matchup as we look at one of their most recent games against each other. Wesleyan squeaking out the win by 8 just about a month ago.
Yeah, what happened in that game was that they jumped out early on in the game. They were up 17-2. So Carthage fell into a huge hole, and they battled their way to get close. But, you know, something that Coach Jurkovic would like to see is not, obviously not fall down by 15 points before the game even gets going. And Julian Campbell is going to be a huge factor for the Firebirds tonight. Talked about the physicality. We know the Firebirds and Julian Campbell, that's their man in the middle. Yeah. He's going to have to be keeping the Titans off the offense. And last game he was hurt, wasn't able to play. This game he's ready for the Firebirds, so you like to see him be the difference maker at home today.
Yeah, Antoine Nesbitt leading the way in minutes per game, 37.6. A few clicks down is Baladovic, the big Phil, 32.6 a game. To note, I want to tip my hat to one Phil Baladovic. He's also considered a senior, but he had a ceremony last year and didn't want to take any away the limelight from his three teammates, and I think that's just a class move.
Exactly. I mean, it was such a surprise. I mean, I didn't know the situation because I was down there at the PA announcer and announcing his senior night for Phil last year. I was sad to see him go, but then I saw him come back and had that extra year eligibility, and he's played a huge role this season. Had a monster game on last time out for the Firebirds. And Buladovic, I mean, again, one of the best rebounders that we have. He's got to bang down it low on the boards and pick up all those loose rebounds.
Yeah, and I think something that bears mentioning when we look at where these teams are, Carthage already having secured a postseason berth. With how things play out these final two games, could be a 1 seed, could be a 2 seed, could be the 3 seed, but one of the top 3 is confirmed for this squad.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about every game in the CCIW is going to be close, and whether it's for seeding or not, you know the history between these two teams, and I don't want to say it's one of their biggest, the official biggest rival. But from what I know, the Jurkovic family is that they enjoy beating Illinois Wesleyan, and so the Firebirds can be fired up to take it to the best team in the conference.
Well, no place I'd rather be. Thank you for joining us this Saturday afternoon. Titans, Firebirds coming your way. Introductions on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.
Coaches, staff, and fans, and welcome to Tarble Arena for tonight's CCIW men's basketball game between the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans and your Carthage College Firebirds. Now it's time to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Titans. A 6'3" junior from Round Lake, Illinois, number 0, Hakeem Williams. A 6-foot senior from Normal, Illinois, number 4, Luke Yoder. A 6'7" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 12, Nick Roper. A 6'5" senior from Lincoln Hills, Illinois, number 14, Ryan Saruka. A 6'10" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 20, Harrison Wilson. The head coach of the Titans is Ron Rose. Coach Rose is assisted by Andy Eldridge, Bobby Lee, Aaron Levin, Liam Thompson, and Gavin Block. All right, Firebird fans, it's showtime! That guard for a 6'5" senior from Maine South High School and hailing from Harwood Heights, Illinois, number 11, Philip Bulovich. And the man in the middle, a 6'8" sophomore from Palatine High School, hailing from Chicago, Illinois, number 50, Julius Campbell. The head coach of the Firebirds, Steve Jared. Coach Jared Coleman is assisted by Brad Hunter, Quincy French, Noah Howard, Keenan Baltimore, Josh Washburn, and Nick Wolf.
Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for an outstanding CCIW matchup. The visiting Titans, the home Firebirds, making their way to the court. Again, for Eric Elger, I'm Peter Ferreri. Looking at the starters today, Williams, Nesbitt, Johnson, Balatovich, and Campbell, your starting five. Carthage going big against Williams, Yoder, Roper, and Wilson at the helm for the Titans, but Carthage going really big today.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier. Coach Jurkovic said they got to match them physically and going big, going strong. I mean, you just look at the Titans out there.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been in the weight rooms.
Yes, they have. That's a place I haven't been in a minute, but I digress. Titans in their road greens, white numbers and letters. Bit of a black trim around it. Campbell falls, gets back up. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about hitting the weight room. Harrison Wilson tries to back into Julian Campbell and face plants.
Yeah, no thank you, Campbell said. That's what we talk about, matching physicality.
Yeah.
Just bodied him out of there.
Firebirds have not lost at home. A near capacity crowd, people still filing in for this great CCIW matchup. When we talked about the weight room, Julian Campbell, again, if you're just joining us for the first time this season, welcome. Julian Campbell, last year a freshman, came in, didn't know if he wanted to play or not play, decided to play. Long story short, folks, he lost 30 pounds in the offseason and put on a ton of muscle. You see it right there. Williams trying to swipe it away, not get called for the travel, and they're going to say touch last by the Titans. And just like that, Titans are going to come away with it as Williams not able to get it in time as he slid a good 10 feet.
Yeah, something you notice about Campbell, it's like it's not so much that he's shoving people around, pushing, it's just people bounce off him.
Yeah.
It's just a wall that you run into that nobody is quite ready to match that physicality, and he's going to play a huge role in this game.
The lefty puts it up, no good. Balatovich comes away with the board. Balatovich has it swiped away. Yoder driving, contact, Nesbitt blocked by Balatovich. Balatovich says thank you, next.
That's one way to make up for giving up a steal and then coming back and swatting it back to your team.
Kick back out to the right.
We've already seen early on Carthage 2 turnovers against the CCIW's best defense, and
Campbell, the big man, bakes in the 3. Called it.
Off the glass there. It's just how you draw it up.
3-0 for the Firebirds to start things off. Senior night. No good front iron. Offensive board, floater right hand. That's good. Good follow through by Luke Yoder.
And they're already crashing the offensive board, something that Titans are elite at.
Yeah, next time we see these two squads, or I shouldn't say two squads, next time we see the Firebirds, Balatovich looks for 3, no good back iron. Campbell fighting for the offensive board. Matriculates to the feet of Wilmson. Titans trail by 1. Is the regular season finale. That will be next Wednesday. But before we get there versus their matchup with Wheaton, Firebirds trail by 1. Things kind of slowing down now, and these things are more than well underway.
There you can see Williams just able to muscle through, get the layup. Not terrible defense by A.J. Williams, but if you let Hakeem get that low on the block, it's a tough matchup for anybody.
Up, strong. Number 12, Nick Roper, the guard, out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, an explosive athlete there. You could see he got the pass and just exploded to his right and able to get to the bucket and pick up the foul. Something to kind of notice about this Wesleyan team, everyone kind of hovers around 10 points average a game. You look at Yoder, 10 points, Williams, 6, Soroka, 10, Roper, 12, Williamson, 12. So they really share the ball, and you know that if they're out there, they're going to be tough physically and be a good defender. It's something that Wesleyan as a culture is really built.
Milojevic misses, own board, up strong. And he'll go to the line for 2. Wesleyan leading 7-3 early on. Milojevic going to the line for 2. Phil Milojevic improving his, I guess you could say, offensive output a bit at the free throw line this year.
I mean, he gets to the line a ton of, he's at 136 free throws. That leads the team. A lot of that does with where he is, taking to the hoop, but yeah, he's been able to knock 46%, which is not, shooting the lights out, but definite improvement.
Yeah, so trying to follow through. Well, again, just by pure volume, but the earlier games this year, game on the line. Phil's knocking down the free throws, so when you get to the line that many times.
We even had that strange situation, I forget what game it was, where they almost like did the hack-a-shack on Milojevic just for one possession.
Yep, and he made them both.
And
it's like, okay, well. Well, something Coach Steve Jarakovic has said, time and time again this year is he said, look, he said when Phil first started years ago, he said it all went through Phil. He said just to show, the current nature of this team, how much we've grown, Nesbitt, Williams, Campbell, he said we keep bringing on players, Johnson the elder and Johnson the younger, that are all able to contribute offensively, and that's what's led to our success.
Yeah, exactly. And there, Nesbitt picking up a tough foul. It seems like Titans, they're not necessarily known for their offensive output, but they like to get the ball, and they've been pushing it here. And Nesbitt, tried to put an end to that fast break and picked up the foul.
Colton Sigel has checked into the game, giving Milojevic a breather. Again, senior day, Tony Bernero, I'm sure we'll see him at some point, one of the rotational bigs for the Firebirds. Left-hand hook, good. Nick Roper from Mary Institute and St. Louis Country Day School. Wanted to make sure I said that correctly. It's a lot of letters. Oh, Nesbitt loses a handle. He was leaning into Yoder. Roper can't find a bucket, and it is, I'll tell you, this early lead for the Titans is really quieting down.
Yeah.
This the pit, as they call it, the fire pit.
A couple early turnovers that have led to some fast break opportunities. And players like Nick Roper, he's long, athletic, tough guy to stop when they got ahead of steam.
That one rims out for number 12, Roper, who is a 700 free throw shooter in his own right. Yeah, I still can't get over, you said the number, and it takes a minute to digest, but Phil Milojevic, 136 free throw attempts.
Yeah,
that's a team number for a season in a lot of aspects.
A lot of that comes from leading the team with 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
Just about a third of his, or 25% of his rebounds offensive, and he's someone that can snag the rebound and get up quick, and a lot of times picks up the foul there. And Carthage got to figure out something offensively here. Just 4 points. We talked about how last time they played, Illinois Wesleyan jumped out to a 7-2 run. This is 12-4, so kind of like history repeating itself here.
Campbell, he has been calling for it. Gets his own offensive board. Oh my goodness, he was triple teamed. They slid over It's like in volleyball where it's like, oh, that's their big man down low, falling away, no good front iron. Those will fall for Julian as time goes on.
Again, a lot of ball movement for Wesleyan. Pass the ball, share it.
Hakeem Williams out of Round Lake not able to deliver. Into Julian Campbell.
And early on, yeah, Carthage
good again.
not had a ton of looks.
Yeah.
A couple three-point opportunities, but you can see the stout defense already making its mark in this game for the Wesleyan.
That three-pointer up and good. I will say this, Coach Jarakovic, very calm at this point, and I know you've known Coach Steve for a long, long time. Not often he's that calm, but I think he knows the shots are there. They just haven't fallen so far in an early run with the Titans. Folks, if you join in for the women's game, you're like, wait a second, did it switch games yet? Because that was similar to what happened in the women's game earlier. They just, my goodness, they shot lights out, almost 70%. In a lot of aspects. Right now, Illinois Wesleyan, in their own right, shooting 60% from the field.
Yeah, it seems like Carthage has not been able to get any rhythm offensively, and clearly they're going to have to make some adjustments here with just 4 points, 5 minutes into the game already. And wonder what Coach Steve said there in the timeout. I mean, what kind of, I mean, just early on, it already seems like they have to make couple of adjustments offensively.
Well, right now,
they can do.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just going to say, Carthage just made one basket and a free throw. So, I mean, it's once those start to fall.
But you're getting a good shooting team.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to say poked away by Williams.
And Nesbitt a little loose with the ball there.
Yeah.
Fortunate to end up back with the Firebirds.
So with the pressure the Titans are applying, an inbound type play. Nesbitt now looking for the screen for Johnson. Back to Johnson, not afraid to pull the long ball if it's there. Sigel over to Williams. Balatovich checks back in. Campbell on the bench. Campbell injured a chunk of the middle to late third of the season. Shot clock expires. Balatovich can't find the bucket.
Yeah, Carthage going down to the wire on the shot clock just because nothing seems to be open or working and so far early on.
Pop up from the free throw line. Balatovich able to throw it in while falling out of play. And just like that, looks like Tanner Lamb's going to come into the game. Ryan Johnson, three, no good. Williams tries to swipe at it, can't get there. Another miss for the Firebirds. Pass in, and just looking too far ahead, Nick Roper. I think when he saw nobody was in front of him, his eyes got big, and he just kept going, and the ball went faster.
Almost like it was too open there, had too much time, because, yeah, there's nothing between him and the basket. Carthage fortunate for him to mishandle that and knock it out of bounds. But yeah, Carthage 4 turnovers already. What kind of, where's Coach Jarakovic going to open up some of the locks here? And Tanner Lamb's a good option.
Tanner Lamb.
Right off the bench, knocking down a three. Exactly what this team needed. I was tired of seeing 4 on the scoreboard, I'll tell you that.
That was a scoring drought for sure. I mean, that was a almost 4-minute scoring drought.
Yeah, let's get off that 4 onto the 7. Lucky number 7 here. See if Carthage is going on a little run.
No good front iron. Nesbitt comes away.
Yeah, Williamson not a great outside shooter.
Free ball.
Sigel is.
Go ahead.
There you go, back-to-back guys not in the starting lineup. And there did Sigel just force a turnover. There we go. Sigel and Lamb combining for back-to-back threes, and there was Sigel knocking the ball off the Wesleyan player there, and hey.
Yeah.
Down 5.
Oh, when it's that early in the game, you know the law of averages is going to help you out at some point. Firebirds right back in the thick of things now.
Credit to Coach Jurkovic turning to the bench. That's where got 6 of their points there.
Well, this guy to pass net. Nesbitt's just, he's been a step off right now. It's out of bounds, slipping, throwing to a spot where player isn't his, or a player is not, I should say. So just not a crisp start for Nesbitt.
Yeah, that was where I was looking for the signature Nesbitt hang time. I thought he was going to do a reverse layup there, which is something he's great at.
One thing I do appreciate for the Firebirds, the colorful array of shoes today. Nesbitt with some purples, Tanner Lamb with baby pink, Bladovich dark pink, and if you look at the bench, you got some blues, some reds, some more pink, some orange. It's a lot of fun. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful pass inside. Roper, easy layup front of the rim. Coach Jurkovic saying, it's okay. That's just a perfect pass.
Yeah, that's a nice cut, offensive execution. And Roper is their leading scorer, and he's already got 8 here this afternoon. So off to a good start for Roper. It seems like a lot of passes that Carthage has had to throw have been, shaky or out of bounds or just able to get to them. And there's another one.
It's
kind of spoke that one into existence there, yeah.
But it's been all game. It's been every other possession. That one, 2 possessions in a row offensively, just passing away. So it's something I'm sure Coach Jurkovic is.
Not a bad idea there for Sigel. He was able to get to the hoop and wanted to kick it out, but the length and size and strength of Illinois Wesleyan forces that high pass. And again, if Nesbitt can't jump and catch it, it's probably too high.
Falling weight, they're going to call a foul, I think, on Julian Campbell, as falling to the ground was Ryan Soroka. And instead, it's going to be called on Tanner Lamb. Coach Jurkovic not happy about that call at all, but again, when you look at the trickle down effect, and you don't know the injury history right now of what's happening with the Titans, but just speaking on behalf of the Firebirds, one of your key cogs in the season, AJ Johnson, the junior, out for the year, and when you lose one of your starters, all right, what's the trickle down effect of that? Okay, you're going to have to play. Your bench guards are getting more playing time, but that's one of your, and I don't want to say weak spots because it's not. It's you have more depth at the big position, and you have Bladovich just saying, okay, I got it. But you have more depth at the bigs than you necessarily do at that swing guard. Trifecta quieting the crowd, Luke Yoder.
Yeah, after Phil with a tough layup there, classic Phil move. But yeah, you mentioned, the loss of A.J. Johnson. That guy, another one of those players that Steve could put in the lineup and really not have to take him out very often. And there's Nesbitt getting on the scoring sheet.
Well, and that's why you see Antoine Nesbitt leading the conference in minutes. All right, so, A.J. Williams would replace or give a breather to Nesbitt or Johnson. Then Lamb, Sigel would come in to relieve them, and it just shows how that rotation is affected. Also, don't forget, Campbell was hurt for a chunk of the season. Nesbitt also hurt a chunk of the season, so when Campbell was out, Ryan Johnson was having to fill in a lot. So Coach Jurkovic really pulling the strings quite well this season to have this team already locked into a postseason spot with the likelihood of hosting.
Yeah, I think Coach Jurkovic has put on a couple coaching master classes. There's been a couple times where the bench has been really short, and just the way that he's mix and matches guys, keeping them fresh, even though they haven't had a ton of options. As Campbell turning around, getting in there. Yeah, there are a couple of games where they didn't have Campbell. We talked about they didn't have A.J. Johnson. And Coach Jurkovic was able to mix and match, whether it was be a little more Bernero. And somebody else you've seen Coach Jurkovic turn to a lot is Griffin Dawn lately.
Yeah, Griffin Dawn, he's that next gear type of player. As cliche as it sounds, 100% all the time.
Yeah,
you run out, it clears the gas tank pretty quickly when you give that much, but you're going to give you're going to get 100%.
Lamb putting up the three.
Oh, nice shot by Phil Bulatovich.
Where did he come from? Bulatovich came crashing down there. I did not see him until he was able to intercept it, and then runs back down to the other side of the court. Is he going to get? But there you could see trying to back into Hakeem Williams, and he's picking up the foul though. Yeah, what hustle there by Bulatovich, both ends of the floor. Gets a steal, falls into the cheerleaders into the stands, runs back and is able to post up and pick up a foul.
Carthage trails 23-16. Substitution, you called it, Dawn, coming into the contest out of Wakanda High School. Dawn for three. Rims out. Campbell tries to come away with it, but the Titans had crashed the boards. Oh, Campbell, quick foul. Smart play as Marco Anderson was going to be wide open for the layup.
Yeah, that was just 5 seconds off the shot clock. Got the rebound, pushed it up, and there's cutter to the basket. We got Kolak at the line here. Or was that, pardon me, it's Marco Anderson. Yeah, Marco Anderson sprinting to the other side of the floor, and nice pass to get the open look. And something that seems early is that Illinois Wesleyan seems to be rotating guys, every couple minutes, and that's something that Carthage is kind of a difficult time matching up with, because we talk about how many minutes they rely on their starters, and we'll see if that, I think that's part of the reason why they're such a good defensive team, Illinois Wesleyan, is that they keep them fresh, and they're always in the passing lane, always in your face, matching up. So Coach Kovic's going to have to counter that, his own pieces.
Phil Bulatovich pump fakes it in. Bulatovich delivering. Starting to take charge now. 2 baskets in recent possessions. Free throw early on, but that huge steal. Firebirds back within 6.
You wonder if Phil likes that matchup against Roper. Roper, an offensive talent, but definitely doesn't have the same physical presence as some of those other players for the Titans.
Well, think about this. The Firebirds started with a purely bigs lineup. Bulatovich, Campbell, and Johnson as your 3, 4, 5. They flipped it now. They've been going smaller, going for the shooters, the speed. Dawn. Bulatovich comes in and gets the board.
Able to survive that possession. A lot of opportunities for the Titans there. Fortunate for the Firebirds to come up empty.
Spin around. Bulatovich couldn't find it, just a bit off the mark to the left.
Nice help defense there by Wesleyan.
With 7:06 remaining, Titans call a timeout. We will keep it here. We appreciate you being with us. For Eric Elger, I'm Peter Ferreri on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. As we see some recent shooting prowess. As we talked about what kind of got things off the schneid when you said you were tired of looking at 4, there was the beautiful shooting as well. But looking at some of the numbers now, give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, you're looking at the Firebirds offensively shooting 39%. They've been able to, didn't make shots early on. We're able to kind of battle back to get it to 6 here. And, to be shooting as low as 39% and still be down 6 shows you they're kind of fighting, how they've been able to just kind of get past that little slump they went on. And
yeah, Roper leading scorer by average for Wesleyan at 12.3 a game, already at 8, and 3 for 4 from the field, 2 for 3 from the line. On the flip side for the Firebirds, Campbell, Bulatovich 5 apiece. And the 3 ball for Tanner Lamb and Colton Sigel off the bench.
Offensive foul there on Roper.
Take it where you can. No, it looks like it. They flipped it. Okay, because at first they put it. I looked up at the board and they put it on Mason Funk, and I go, man, Okay, because Funk is in the game.
That was the old 2-1,
Yeah.
1-2, 12-21 mix up there.
As Williams going to get called for the travel. Clock sits at 6:39 remaining in the first. We want to remind everybody, stick around for the halftime show. Scores, stats, highlights, and more, including the out-of-town scoreboard for the CCIW. Both these teams, their scoreboard is here, not necessarily having a scoreboard watch at all. Oh, tough foul, but popping right back up is Dawn, just as cliche as it sounds, just a gamer,
Exactly. Not the tallest guy in the court, but was able to fight for that rebound and gets knocked over in the process. 7 fouls for Carthage and 5 for Wesleyan, so Carthage gonna have to be careful on the defensive end. Being Wesleyan in the bonus already, 6 to go.
Gets it Belatovich. Campbell not afraid to take the three. No good front iron. Dawn swipes it away. And checking in now is going to be Johnson for Dawn. So back to the bigs lineup that they started the contest with.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson kind of had a tough game last time out for the Carthage. A lot of calls and things kind of went against him, so I would expect him to bounce back here. Although already shows you Roper, their best offensive player. I mean, Johnson stayed in front of him, but was able to knock the shot over the top of Ryan there.
Triple sub about to come in for the Titans. Belatovich has it hit off a foot. Opportunity to make it double-digit game. Still in the air, down. Ryan Johnson going to get fouled. Not happy about it. I do believe Roper is going to get called for his second foul. As here indeed comes the line change. That foul actually going to be called on number 32, Marco Anderson. So checking in is going to be Ryan Soroka.
And they, I think, is a good example of seeing the difference between the rotations of the two teams. I mean, more often than not, the Titans send in 2-3 guys at a time, and Carthage is keeping, they rotate 1 or 2 guys. And I would guess Coach Sirkovic has not made many triple substitutions this year, but Wesleyan's pulled it off a couple times already.
Williams looks to the right side. Nesbitt takes a step back. Campbell. Sigel way downtown. Side iron, no good. Roper, however, on the flip side, 4 for 5 in his own right. Actually, Firebirds now up to 1 out of their last 7. But with Nesbitt at the line, rattles around and good. So that will help the Firebirds get back in the scoring column. Nesbitt, a .690 free throw shooter.
Yeah, free throw is going to be important in this game. But as tough as the Titans are in the half court, when you get to the line, just you and the basket there, you got to knock those down because there are not a lot of opportunities setting up in a half court offense of Carthage. Carthage has found. So anytime you can cash in on those free throws, that's going to be extra important tonight.
So good off the front board. Johnson comes away with it. Williams looks for the screen, gets it from Johnson, not enough to free him up. Nesbitt going strong with the right floater hook from point-blank range, and just like that, Firebirds within 4.
See, there's a situation where I think Nesbitt saw who was guarding him, and we don't see a lot of post-ups out of Nesbitt, but taking that out of his bag and just was able to be out athletic.
Trying to strong arm through Campbell. Not happy about that call. That's close because making all the contact was Williamson. But nonetheless, foul called.
And that's 2 on Campbell. You want to probably see him take a bench here so he doesn't pick up his 3rd before half.
And Williamson now at the line. Second leading scorer for the Titans. A .700 shooter. No good off the front iron.
Now, Wesleyan's a good free throw shooting team as a team, averaging 72% from the line, which I think anyone would, most shooters would take 72%, but as a team,
Yep.
shows you how comfortable they are at the line.
So in comes Tony Bonero, the senior. Always a spark plug. A fan favorite here for the Firebirds.
You know what you're going to get out of Bonero: hustle, toughness,
Yeah.
rebounding, and every now and then sprinkling in some offense.
Oh, Nesbitt again losing the handle, has it swiped away. And it's going to stay the possession of the Titans, so slipping. Looks like kind of tweaking things was Trey Basil. Bazell, excuse me. Looks to be okay.
It's a couple times now. Nesbitt trying to take it to the
Yeah.
hole, and
So
it's had
very
it swiped
surprising.
away.
With 3:25 remaining in the first half, I mean, it's still happening. Very un-Nesbitt-like.
I mean, exactly. Someone who plays as many minutes as he has and as much Coach Jurkovic has in him, he's not known for turning the ball over. But just keep attacking if you're Nesbitt. There it is.
Getting all three of them. Firebirds within a bucket, trailing by 2, 27-25. Nesbitt heard us talking about him.
Yeah, stay aggressive.
Every time the Firebirds, you think they're getting that little bit of momentum. A Titan silences the crowd. Soroka delivers, averaging 9.5 a game.
And he's one of those guys that doesn't necessarily, not the most explosive player on the floor, but crafty.
It's a word I need to add more into the repertoire, crafty. Johnson, strong defense against Soroka. Or excuse me, Soroka had strong defense, I should say, against Johnson, forcing Johnson, the freshman, to step on the line. And just like that, a bucket, a turnover. Wesleyan has a chance to take that momentum that Firebirds had really fought to regain.
Yeah, credit to Carthage. They're hanging around here, and it's not been necessarily their best half, but
Falling away, Bazell not able to get it.
and this is kind of what the games that Illinois Wesleyan play. Low scoring, tough. And we mentioned how they lead the conference in teams, holding the worst shooting percentage against them, and that has played out so far this afternoon.
Charge called. Hakeem Williams. He was being, I think, not to sound like a homer. Williams, so aggressive, kept fighting, kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Finally, brilliant play. Firebirds just said, okay, I'm not going to move, and just knocked him over.
Yeah, Lamb, I think that's all he had. I mean,
Yeah.
he knew, hey, if he continues to back into me here, I'm going to lose that physical matchup. But timing the charge right, and that's kind of your own little craftiness out of there from Lamb.
Well, we did see a whistle in recent games where, it was a technical called for a flop against the Firebirds. So Williams, and then turns and chirps a little bit at the Titans, or just stares them down. Firebirds back within 2. Now, in the prior conclusions of this game, and Bernero fouls Yoder. But I was going to say, every time the Firebirds get that little bit of momentum, Titans quiet down the crowd. With 63 seconds, Baladovic should check back in.
Yeah, Yoder is their best free throw shooter. They made a nice cut right around, took the screen, and Bernero kind of had no choice with Yoder ahead of steam, just reached in there to try to slow him down.
There's that sub. Bernero getting a breather. Baladovic back in to finish the final minute 3. Men's basketball tournament for the CCIW, February the 20th through the 24th. Top 6 seeds make it, but I also want to mention 1 and 2 get a bye. That's why this game so crucial for both these teams.
Carthage still an opportunity here to get it within one possession for half. Oh,
multiple point blank misses for Balatovich. You almost wish maybe he went up a little bit stronger instead of just floating it up. Easier said than done.
Yeah, he just kind of did a clap to himself there, knowing I should have cashed in there. But
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock to finish the first half. 4-point lead for the Titans. Can they extend it? Spinning around. Left-hand floater, rims and good. Just backyard basketball for Roper, excuse me. Nesbitt, Ryan Johnson, Lamb. Lamb gets it blocked. Marco Anderson says no thank you. And going into half, the Titans lead 33-27. Boy, oh boy, fans kind of silenced at the end. Wesleyan, all the momentum. We'll take a timeout when we come back. The halftime report in just a few moments on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.
Fans, at this time, Carthage Athletics would like to thank the following corporate sponsors. Doctors of Physical Therapy, the official physical therapy provider of Carthage Athletics. Coleman Auto Stores. Satori Energy, Comprehensive Orthopedics. BSN Sports, Nike. La Stella Hotel and Ballroom, Hampton Inn and Suites. Lee Mechanical, Riley Construction. Pepsi, Public Brewing Company. Badger Bus, Haribo. Culver's, Jersey Mike's, Chick-fil-A, and Giordano's. Fans, as we continue Senior Day festivities, Carthage Athletics would like to take a few moments to honor seniors on the Spirit team. First up, let's honor Mariah Bader from Spooner, Wisconsin. A triple major of international political economy, management, and finance. With double minors in Spanish and in economics. Mariah's remarkable 4-year tenure as a cheer team member, 3-year captain, and her involvement in various leadership roles on campus have left an undeniable mark. Mariah plans to continue her academic journey by pursuing a Juris Doctorate and Master's in Business Administration at either UW-Wisconsin Law or Marquette Law. Next, we recognize Ellie Bakey from Oswego, Illinois. An elementary education major with a minor in history. Ellie has been a 4-year dance team member, demonstrating her dedication as a 2-year captain. Her involvement in Alpha Chi Omega, the Association of Carthage Education Students, and more showcases her commitment to both academics and campus life. Post-graduation, Ellie plans to return to Illinois to fulfill her dream of becoming a teacher. Up next, we have Caroline Hunter, an elementary education major with a dance minor from Orland Park, Illinois. Her 3 years of dedication to the dance team, as long as serving with as president and secretary of the National Dance Education Organization. Caroline has exemplified leadership. Her aspirations include becoming a teacher in Illinois and planning her upcoming marriage Ferreri. Up next, Kylie Norman from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A management, marketing, and finance triple major. Kylie's 4-year commitment to the dance scene and her involvement in various campus organizations reflect her dedication to excellence. After graduation, Kylie plans to move to Chicago, Illinois, and pursue a career in investment banking. Up next, Brooke Westfall from Racine, Wisconsin. A psychology major with a sociology minor, she has contributed immensely during her 3 years on the dance team. Additionally, her involvement in the psychology club, student ambassador program, and orientation leader role showcases her commitment to the mental health and community service. Brooke plans to pursue a graduate school in clinical mental health counseling, aspiring to become a licensed professional counselor. And last but certainly not least, Alyssa Wilbert from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Wilbert is a chemistry major with a dance minor. Her 4 years of dedication to the dance team, serving as the senior captain, and involvement in Chi Omega social sorority and Chem Club all reflect her passion for science and the arts. Alyssa aims to move to Chicago, Illinois, and pursue a career as an analytical chemist. Fans, let's hear it for the Carthage Spirit Team seniors. Seniors, we celebrate your achievements and future endeavors. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for their contributions to the Spirit Team. Congratulations again to Mariah, Ella, Caroline, Peyton, Kylie, Brooke, and Alyssa. Now, fans, please welcome to the court the Flyers cheer team. Cheer Squad. And now, please welcome to the court, the Firebirds Dance Team.
Welcome in to the halftime show. Senior Day Spirit Team with their performance. Give them their due. Outstanding job as always. They bring so much fun and excitement to Tarble Arena. Back to what's happening on the court. 33-27. Let's talk about it really quickly. Firebirds, it was very spurt-based, meaning they were trailing. You said, I love that comment. I want more than the number 4 on the board. Went on a run, stalled. Went on a run, stalled. But my goodness, the way Illinois Wesleyan ended that first half, whoo, that was a strong showing to not let the Firebirds tie it up.
Yeah, there was a tough bucket by their leading scorer, Roper, turnaround jumper, and then Lamb getting stuffed, kind of having to force it up. But if you're Coach Jurkovic, I think you take some comfort in knowing that by far is not their best half of basketball they played.
Oh, sure.
Being down 6 points to the best team in the conference, and when things haven't really been clicking so far, to only be down 6, you put yourself in a good position in the second half. And what you're going to have to do with Carthage, I mean, you look at they're shooting 37% from the field.
Yeah.
They had some turnover troubles early, but now, I mean, they're still at 10 turnovers in the game compared to 7 for Wesleyan. So knocking down a few more shots, taking care of the ball, I think both those things combined, I can see Carthage getting back in this game and hopefully pulling one out.
Let's talk about tendencies and where things are at as we crunch some of the numbers. Again, rebound-wise, 1 additional rebound for Illinois Wesleyan. Defensively, that's where the difference is, both with 3 apiece. 10 turnovers for Carthage right now. And when you look at that specific number, it's very un-Carthage-like.
Yeah.
And we saw it, rear its ugly head time and time again. More early on in the first half, but still just, it wasn't clicking a lot of the time. So the fact that it's only 33-27, in a lot of ways you could say is kind of surprising.
Yeah, a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers
there you go. Look
from
at you.
Nesbitt.
That's a teacher word right there, uncharacteristic.
Yeah, I mean, Nesbitt, got the ball knocked away from him a couple times, something that, you don't see from someone who is so secure with the basketball. One thing I want to point out, if we talked about how tough in the half court Illinois Wesleyan is, and when you look at the free throw difference, 7 out of 11 for the Titans, 3 out of 4 for the Firebirds. And something coaches always talk about is that if you can shoot more, make more free throws than the other team shoots, you put yourself in good position to win. And right now, Illinois Wesleyan has that going. So if Carthage can flip that free throw disparity, that's another way that they can, take a chip out of this tough defense.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just over 60 seconds. Second half coming your way on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. second half action. Getting underway now on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Hello, everybody. I'm Peter Ferreri alongside my broadcast colleague, Eric Elger. We appreciate you being with us on this Saturday afternoon. 33-27 Firebirds getting the inbound to start things off. Driving in Nesbitt. Oh my goodness, what a way to start. You know, that's something you and I did. We were just talking about at halftime, how it's a situation where Nesbitt, I don't want to use the word sloppy, but like you said, uncharacteristic first half. Boy, oh boy, did he find himself there. Titans, every single time. Firebirds, you think they might get that little bit of momentum in their favor. Titans just silence the crowd.
Yeah, they just will not let Carthage come back and tie this game so far, but Nesbitt staying aggressive early and 2 buckets.
Antoine delivers again.
Yeah, when he doesn't have the ball knocked out of his hands, like we saw in the first half, where active defense for the Titans, but now securing the ball and getting to the hoop, back-to-back possessions.
Well, it's a situation, too, where, you know, halftime can benefit you. Take a breather. Swiped away by Williams. Still on the ground. Campbell runs. Flick back in. Stepping on the line. Hakeem Williams. Birds with possession.
The Firebird bench loves the hustle there out of Campbell. Getting on the floor. And Carthage picking up the ball back here. A nice steal. Ripped out of Hakeem Williams' hands.
Putting some hustle behind the muscle.
Yeah, it just shows you Carthage's how much this means to him. And Phil, nice take to the basket, but unable to capitalize there.
So, Coach, so close for Baladovic. Tipped away by Williams. Almost 2 forced turnovers in a row. He is eye the tiger right now. Hashtag RIP Carl Weathers.
Nesbitt and A.J. Williams are kind of laughing at each other because they both tried to save the ball, but by both jumping out, they kind of knocked it off each other. Unfortunate for the Firebirds, but again.
Layup with the left. No good. Campbell comes away with it. Were you a fan of the Rocky movies?
Rocky movie, of course. Yeah, Apollo Creed. What a character. You know, some of that, like a character in a movie, it's like awesome because he was like the villain, but you still rooted for him.
Yeah.
It's like you root for Nesbitt to continue to attack, but yeah, it's someone that Carl Weathers, what grace out of that guy. Well, you hear all the accounts about him. Everyone loved that man.
Oh, swiped away from behind Williams. Another quote for Carl Weathers. There is no tomorrow, but there is a charge called against Baladovic. And for those that are a fan of, you know, the Toy Story franchise, as my daughter likes to say, Combat Carl. So
that had to be an easy casting for that character.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Probably made one phone call, and like I know who we need to Combat Carl to be.
Yes, it was like, okay, let's just put on the tape of Predator, and like, yep, that's our guy.
A couple times they've looked at Wilmson down low, and he's got some decent looks, but a little short on that attempt. So Carthage able to get in the face of Wilmson, make it tough for him.
Float in for Johnson. Up strong. Ryan Johnson, Birds within 1. It ain't how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Firebirds forcing the Titans to call the timeout. 36-35. What's been clicking in these 3 minutes so well for the Firebirds in this second half?
Well, Titans known for being physical. Right now, the Firebirds, we don't hear what Coach Jurkovic says at halftime, but I would put some money on saying, Coach Jurkovic saying, get it down low, take it to the hoop. And they've been hammering it down on the post. Cut the lead to 1.
36-35, your number. Roper still at the 12 points. How about this? Antoine Nesbitt quietly 15 points, 6 for 8 from the field. It's the second half that we expect every game from him. It's spoiled in a sense.
Gotta say, I'm enjoying the professionalism out of you there, Pete. You're keeping the game moving while also waving for the T-shirt at the same time.
You know, that's just parenting. You know, you learn how to multitask.
But yeah, Nesbitt, I mean, you saw it first 2 possessions, getting to the basket. We've got Johnson just got posted up, got low. And yeah, if they can just keep feeding it, one way to shoot better is to get closer to the hoop. I know that sounds obvious, but with the outside shooting not going down, Carthage hammering it down low, and that's what's got them back in the ballgame here.
Well, and Nesbitt can do both. I'm not saying there aren't a lot of players on this team that can't do both, but you're not going to ask Phil Balatovich, hey, just start raining threes. Not your game. You got a Julian Campbell who can take the three. You got a Nesbitt who could, you know, outside and inside. So at least you know you're that dual threat. If the outside's not working, all right, let's switch it in. And Nesbitt, you know, you saw so many glimpses of it last year. One of the fastest players on the court at all times, and it's showing it there here today.
I was going to say that. It's like, I think when you watch Nesbitt in this game, at least, is like clearly seems to be the fastest player, and he's using that speed to his advantage. And the Titans, while, you know, as good as the defense, what they always say, speed kills, right? And Nesbitt's quickness has been key here in the second half.
So Akeem Williams able to find his second bucket.
Yeah, he's, again, we talked about, he's tough when he gets that close to the hoop. He's strong, and Carthage had 2 defenders on him, but didn't matter.
Nesbitt was feeling it, rims out. Lead at a basket. Can they double it up? No good. Oh, boy. What a smart court awareness play. My goodness, Nick Roper just whipped it at the feet. I believe it was that Balatovich or was that Johnson that he, but either way.
Johnson would have had it, yeah, and he came in there and just was able to knock it off the leg of Ryan Johnson.
Wesleyan 4 fast break points in the first half. Oh, just getting through. Blocked by Campbell. Fade away, no good. Campbell comes away with it. Grown man strength.
And Williamson keeps coming up empty, and there you go. You saw Nesbitt settle for the mid-range last possession. There he took it all the way to the rack.
That's the type of resolve that a Coach Jarakovic team has. Finding a way, digging deep. And this is the first time, per se, this game where the Titans have not answered back to a momentum-building shot. Fans sit in anticipation. Can the Firebirds take the lead? Bounce into Campbell, he's got positioning. Forces it up strong. He'll go to the line for 2, and he'll have a chance.
What a battle between Wilson and Campbell there. It's kind of been like a boxing match between the two of them. So far, Campbell's been able to bother Wilson, and he's had some looks down low, but the physical presence of Campbell has forced Wilson to miss a couple shots, and there was just classic Campbell. Said, give me the ball.
Yep.
I'm backing it down.
Julian Campbell, a 744 free throw shooter.
There's a triple change there, I believe, by the Titans. Carthage just has made 1 substitution this half, I believe, with Colton Sigel entering. And that's the first Carthage lead since the beginning of the game, I believe, or had Carthage had the lead yet? But there we go, we're up 1.
Pulling up from a 3, top of the key, no good. Still in the air. Last touched.
Yeah, Carthage only has had the lead for a minute 13 this game, so been playing behind a lot. You talked about how the Titans have seemed to have an answer for every time the Carthage tried to get something going. Here in the second half, it's been Carthage leading the way, and the effectiveness of Nesbitt getting to the hole. I don't see any reason why you just don't keep getting it to him and see what Antoine can do.
Wesleyan had a 11-point lead at one point. Campbell! gets fouled. Delivering yet again.
Titan foul number 21, Mason Funk, his first personal.
It was like Campbell and Johnson both could have got that ball, but Campbell kind of shoved his own teammate out of the way and said, give me that. And wow, Campbell on a mission here. See him knock down that free throw though, but the other thing we talked about is the free throw disparity in the first half. The Titans led the way early on, but Carthage getting more opportunities at the line and Campbell able to go 1 for 2.
Well, and that's why Campbell, my goodness, you talk about the multifaceted player. When your starting center can bang down low. That's a tough one. From our vantage point, looked like Yoder kind of leaned in to draw the contact, but where the official was at, he was at the back of Nesbitt, so that's a way to get Nesbitt not involved in the game, is get him on the bench.
Yeah, that was a savvy play by Yoder there. I think he knew Nesbitt was trying to run back, and he just made a quick little step over there to draw the foul.
Campbell gets tangled up. I don't think it was on the initial right hand. It's when the left hand came in to close. Campbell going to get called for his third foul, and don't be surprised if a Tony Bernero, Stojic.
Yeah, you see Campbell there. You wonder if he just would have kept his hands up. You know, maybe he would have had a better argument. Hear the ref explaining to him maybe what he did, or Campbell's a little upset after that call. Nothing crazy, but yeah, he just, I think going straight up there, he might have had an argument.
So they're going to keep Campbell in for now. Maybe get another minute or two out. Maybe they get this offensive possession because Campbell's been so well on the offensive side, and after that, give him a breather. Up and good. Tied up Wesleyan.
Yeah, it's been second half for Carthage, Campbell and Nesbitt, so hard to take Campbell off, but he's got 3 fouls, got to be careful.
Coach Jarakovic all in the ear right now, one of the officials. I laugh because it's a strong tactic. Oh, into Campbell, up strong, whistle, foul. Campbell going back to the line, and that's why they didn't sub him out.
Exactly.
He offers so much right now offensively.
Nice entry pass there. Nice little dime over the top to get Campbell that look, and hey, he keeps drawing fouls, keeps getting to the line, staying hungry, and yeah, it's going to be hard to get him out of here. You just hope on the, I mean, you can see Wesleyan on the other side. You would guess they would attack him, see if they can get him to pick up that 4th foul. So as Campbell, you kind of got to know that and just be careful.
Oh, good by Campbell. Carthage leads by 1. Miladovich, you know, if we're talking baseball, he's in the hole right now, it looks like. Not necessarily on deck, so that'll happen shortly. Turnaround, no good. Johnson comes away with the board. Birds lead. Pass Williams. Going up strong, no foul called. I think Williams was just a step ahead of himself. Numbers. Wesleyan, layup, good.
Yeah, Wesleyan turned that defense to offense around really quickly.
Very quickly.
You could tell Campbell with 3 fouls. I think less fouls, you'd go up and challenge that, but there you had to kind of sit back and let it, you know, let that opportunity happen for Wesleyan. You can't pick up your 4th. Another entry pass by Nesbitt. And Johnson's there to pick up the scraps and 1.
What a play for the younger Johnson. Not only giving the Birds a lead, Williams getting subbed out for Lamb. Campbell still stays in the game. They are really racking up Campbell's minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, again, another opportunity. Campbell wasn't able to come up with it, but, you know, getting that look was able to provide Johnson, who crashed the boards really hard there. And opportunity for the 3-point play. in and out.
Rare miss for Johnson. But what a top of the conference seeding. Oh, nice bounce pass. I don't know what that was, but
Tripped on the line on the floor there, I think.
Tanner Lamb comes away with it, having recently checked in.
Let's see if Carthage goes anywhere besides Campbell Nespe here.
That was like a situation. If it was outside, you say a turf monster got him, but
yeah.
Campbell sets the screen. Nesbitt pulls up for three. And they're going to say out on Johnson. Close play nonetheless. But with the substitutions, Illinois Wesleyan now with a chance to regain the lead. Want to remind everybody, upcoming games here at Tarble next Wednesday. This Firebird team returns home against Wheaton at 7 o'clock, and the next Thursday, Firebirds take on MSOE, the Milwaukee School of Engineering. They came off a 5-set thriller on Thursday, and foul called. That might be against Johnson as well.
Called on Lamb, yeah.
Tanner Lamb, I should say.
Lamb kind of ended up in the paint. Mismatch was on him, so he just did what he had to do to try to. Oh. And 2 fouls quickly for Lamb there. And Carthage's got to be careful. 6 fouls now. We got 12 minutes in the second half here, and next foul is going to put Wesleyan at the line the rest of the game. Lamb now holding his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
I'm not touching him this time.
Carthage still has a slim lead. No good. Johnson comes away with it, forcing the air ball.
Campbell has him in his back pocket right now. Williamson is trying to get his game going, but nothing's been working. What a pass.
Nesbitt forcing the pass. Head coach Ron Rose absolutely livid and screaming at the officials. He's saying that there was arm extension on a screen. Full timeout on the court. Nonetheless, Firebirds lead by 3. We'll see if we see it on any of the replays here. There was the block by Campbell. The float pass, and that was, Campbell and Johnson showing their strength. There was the pass we just saw. I didn't see the contact, but nonetheless, Coach Rose trying to plead his case. We'll see if there's any effect as time goes on. Firebirds lead by 3. Mind you, Firebirds 1 for 9 out of their last 9, but Ryan Johnson 3 for 4. So nice little run.
And classic Ryan Johnson fashion, it is cutting to the hoop, cutting hard, picking up offensive rebounds. He's had a couple times that he's saved the ball from going out of bounds. And yeah, he's kind of chipped in here the last minute or two with his offense, and 3-point lead here. He really I think one of the biggest differences here is just the Carthage defense has really put the clamps down on Wesleyan, and Wesleyan keeps trying to go down low, and Campbell has been instrumental in keeping, someone as talented, the second leading scorer for Williamson.
Yeah.
Someone who averages 12 points a game, only at 1 point, right? So that's strictly been Campbell playing defense on him. And
the Adams family. I don't know where that came from. They decided to, blast and pump up some Adams family. Maybe a fan favorite or a favorite of one of the players. You work the sideline.
I don't know if it's a favorite of one of the players. Yeah, I don't know.
Is there like a playlist that players recommend? Like, hey, I need some Addams Family theme song here? How does that work?
Yeah, I can't see anyone requesting the Addams Family, because usually when you play that as a song, you play the hand clap and get out of it. But they keep it rolling here in the Tarble. Campbell trying to see if that three-pointer would go down. That would have been huge.
Yeah.
That would have been the Carthage's biggest lead of the night if he was able to capitalize. But there's Wesleyan.
Yeah, shooter's going to shoot. Jackson able to deliver it. Nego, the freshman of Lyons Township. The Lions.
Something in the scouting report Coach Jurkovic said to me is that if Illinois Wesleyan's having trouble scoring offensively, they like to put that freshman in there. And he's been getting some minutes kind of lately. He's just someone that they turn to get some offense on the bench, and there he was able to put one in for the Titans.
Full timeout on the court. 1 point lead for the Firebirds. As we see that recent shot go in, as the Titans really able to deliver. Give them credit. We're going to step back, let these seniors show their moves. We'll be back momentarily on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.
We're back here at Tarble. Carthage up 1 against Wesleyan. Offense has been running through number 5 and number 50. Stutter step move by Nesbitt. Great cut to the basket. Great opportunity for Nesbitt to capitalize there. I'm not able to knock it down. And as you've been watching this game, this has really felt like a classic, almost like a Big Ten game where not a lot of offensive firepower, just boys fighting each other down low. And there Wesleyan passing it off the backboard to give out Carthage another opportunity to try to push this lead further. When you look at the three-point shooting tonight, not spectacular by any means. Wesleyan shooting 19%, 3 of 16. Carthage, not much better, 22%. So the outside has been closed off, but that's where both teams have been trying to get it low. Campbell able to pick up a couple. And Carthage just throwing it right back there. Miscommunication on the pass.
Hand off at the front left hand. No good. Bouncing around. Pinball Wizard favoring the Titans, just pulling up baseline J. No good. Vladovic on the board.
Yeah, Wilmson, I'm going to say, is not going to recall this game very fondly. He's been getting looks, and he's a talented scorer, but just not able to knock anything down.
Not stepping on the line. Tanner Lamb. No good off the front rim. Trying to run it down. Oh, just poking at the last second. What hustle by both teams on that sequence. Foul going to be called against Vladovic. Firebirds still have the 1 point lead.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats here, and I was thinking, I have not seen Wilmson make many shots, and in fact, he is 0 for 12 from the field right now.
That's the number. Like you said, he has 1 point on a free throw.
But you can see how much Illinois Wesleyan, and it's just keep, they have the confidence in them to keep giving them the ball. It just, nothing's falling for them. And
Well, he's the second leading scorer on the team. So you expect it to fall at some point, but with 8:50, Baladovic takes a breather. Sigel takes a breather. Tied, Wesleyan has a chance to regain the slimmest of leads. Up and good. What a fun game.
Yeah.
What a fun game. If you're a fan of college hoops, this is what you want to see.
Yeah, compared to our first game of the doubleheader, kind of an offensive barrage, this more defensive, physical game.
Johnson gonna get fouled.
Quick spin there for Johnson to get to the base, get down the baseline. Nice move. And here we talked about with free throws, I mean, when a game is this tight, it's hard to get open looks. Free throw is going to be more and more and more important as the game winds down here. And Carthage not hitting free throws like they normally can, just shooting 64% from the line, which is under their team average.
46 apiece. Nesbitt had the defense at the top. Campbell and Johnson, the two bigs in. Spinning around, no good. Johnson comes away with the board near side for Nesbitt.
What defense there.
Lamb open on the far side. Nesbitt keeps it himself. Drives, kicks out. Johnson fading away, no good. Campbell pokes at it. Williams. The other Williams gets it, steps in and good. Like you stated before, the fact that the Titans so good at switching that missed shot into fast-paced offense gives them the 2-point lead.
Yeah, Campbell almost able to come up with it, but when Hakeem Williams picks it up, he was off to the races, and quick transition offense for the Titans.
Trying to pass in, Campbell gets fouled. Two of the top 3 teams in the conference battle it out here. Wouldn't be surprised if this is, as they like to call it, a conference championship preview. If these two teams see each other down the road. But I don't want to say more important for either team, because, you know, if you're Illinois Wesleyan, you all but secure one of the top 2 seeds. If you're the Firebirds, you are right back in the thick of that 1 and 2 conversation.
And that foul picked up by Nesbitt there, puts Carthage in the bonus. So both teams, be in the bonus.
It is 7.5. That's a lot of time to be in the bonus. Again, Wesleyan sits number 1. Elmhurst at 2. Carthage at a half game back of Elmhurst. Elmhurst leading Wheaton 60-46 right now in their contest. Nesbitt drives it home to tie it up.
This is where Coach Jurkovic sometimes yells, dig, on the sideline. Wants his team to get in that defensive stance, and
up and no good. It's going to be interesting how things work themselves out with Phil Baladovic. 4 personal fouls, so you won't see him till about the 3 or 4 minute mark. Williams and Funk with 3 fouls apiece for Wesleyan. Funk a quiet 5 points. As Hakeem Williams at the line for 2 makes the first. Hakeem Williams, the 5th leading scorer at 6.5 a game. Up and good as well.
Yeah, both teams trading off free throws there. See what Carthage turns here. Campbell posting up. Nesbitt posting up.
Sigel now gets off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt goes up strong. They're saying clean. Nesbitt takes it away. with 3, with 2. Johnson, I'm not sure if they're calling a jump ball. Either way, it goes the way of the Titans. At least, if you're a Carthage fan, at least, or are they going to say a foul? Okay, so.
Not sure what that.
At first I thought they were saying 1-1, but it was. Needless to say, Carthage sits at 8 fouls. Possession goes after what I believe is the jump ball.
Yeah, Carthage kind of made the most of a sticky situation there. They were going to get a shot clock violation, but Johnson was able to tie up and get the possession arrow pointed back at the Firebirds.
Yeah. Well, and I think after this 3-point attempt, we'll talk about good offensive board by the Titans. What I was going to state is I think it's a situation as well. If it would have hit the rim at any of those attempts for the Firebirds, they would have been able to reset their offense. But because they kept missing the rim, they just kept throwing up prayers of a shot. Up.
Wow.
Good. Huge bucket for the Titans. 4-point lead.
Yeah, Campbell did a nice job there making it difficult, but sometimes better offense beats good defense, and that's what happened there.
Campbell moves near side, gets the basket, or gets toward the basket. Up and good. Foul trouble. Williams, Anderson, and Funk all at 3 fouls apiece.
Could be wrong there. I thought Campbell made the too small motion there with his hand.
Ah.
But Marco.
Ooh, rolls around and good. Lead back at 4.
So this is the second matchup Campbell's had. He's been fighting against Williamson all game, and now here, Marco Anderson able to pick up a couple buckets on some tough defense. And again, Carthage trying to cut the lead. Both times the Titans able to come right back and score on their own.
Campbell is wanted in each and every possession. That's what you want to see out of your best players offensively. Couldn't find it there.
Here comes Phil.
Yeah, we said about the 3 or 4 minute mark, make it 4. Campbell forcing the kick out. Titans okay with using a lot of the shot clock on this possession, it seems. Almost losing possession for 3. Oh, huge 3 ball. Carlo Kolak out of New Trier, the Trevians. He had 2 points before that bucket. A huge 3 for Kolak.
Yeah, it was one of those situations. Nobody else was hitting down 3s, so all of a sudden the guy shooting 26 from 3 knocks it down.
Yeah, Kolak averages 3 points a game. As we see what Campbell likes to do, but answering right back, just rolls in, and that's the open 3 we just saw. Can't leave him that open, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, you also can't expect Wesleyan to shoot much worse from 3-point as they had, so it's almost like the law of averages there. One of those shots by Wesleyan was going to go in. And now Carthage finds themselves, 7 points down.
Yep.
And with a team like Wesleyan, as good as they are at defense, that 7 feels much bigger.
Yes, it does.
Than a normal 7 points.
Yeah, I was just going to make the statement. If it's still on paper a 2-possession game, okay, that's doable. But 3, I know it's only 7 points, but the shots have been falling of late for the Firebirds, and so you really hope that things kind of turn the tide a bit. If you're a Firebirds fan, if you're Wesleyan, this is exactly what you want. With a few games remaining, don't let Carthage get back to that conversation of the 1 and 2. Keep them locked into that 3 spot. Now, there's still some basketball left to be played. I don't want to say a lot of basketball. There's not. The season winding down. But if you look at where the Firebirds are schedule-wise, after today, Wheaton and Milliken. So still a chance for that 2 seed, but a win here would go a long, long way for Carthage.
Yeah, you don't want to lose a game at home for the first time either. So Carthage trying to keep that perfect streak at home alive as well.
Williams picking it up.
And right, that possession, or that play right there typifies how this game's been going. There's
Nesbitt spins around 360 and gets fouled. Smart play. You talked about that coming out of the half. What can be more successful for Nesbitt? And the offensive prowess he has, it's penetration and gets it there.
Yeah, beautiful spin move there to free him up. Like I was saying, but that ball is bouncing around. There's 5, 6 players on the floor, and that really exemplifies how this game has looked.
Well, and of course, just to remind everybody, we do have a post-game show today with Coach Jarakovic. Make sure you join us for that. And we haven't had to have a post-game show after a loss. It just hasn't happened at home. So they've always been, you know, I don't want to say more on the pleasant side, but there hasn't been anything to say, okay, well, what went wrong? It was, okay, well, if this thing needs to be tweaked, we overcame it. Now, plenty of basketball left to be played. But that 3-ball, Williams lead at 8. Shots starting to fall for the Titans. As you stated, Eric, that low percentage was hard to sustain. Vladovic moved before the pass got there.
Yeah, miscommunication there. And yeah, I mean, it was almost like you're kind of getting comfortable with Wesleyan shooting outside because they were not able to hit. But like, I mean, just teams as good as they are, any team in the CCIW, you know, when they're shooting at 18%, odds are the next couple might go in, and they have for the Titans.
Shot clock winding down. Offensive board. They're saying it's going to stay with the Titans. I believe Johnson may have knocked it out of Wesleyan's hands and resets the shot clock. I'd say time's going to be an issue, but okay, I was going to say if the Titans come away with another basket and make it a 10-point lead with 3 minutes remaining time, it would be a factor. Now, Firebirds need some points, and they need it now. Vladovic blocked from behind. Firebirds have gone cold. 1 for their last 8 from the field right now.
Yeah, it's been tough going on the offensive end, and now Illinois Wesleyan more than happy to put some air out of the ball here. And whoa! And that's what you need for the Firebirds, a gimme.
Yep.
Johnson sprinting out of the paint there to pick up a bucket, and that's exactly what you need.
That has gotten the Fire Pit back on their feet. Can they get another stop? Oh, Williams on Williams, yelling, "Can't stop me." Lead back to 8. Timeout called by Jarakovic. 30-seconder. You know, just like that, you thought, okay, after the steal, after the dunk, can that be the momentum fully back or even partially back with the Firebirds? But as they did most of the game, Titans able to stop it fast.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell this Illinois Wesleyan team is confident, you know, no matter what, they've been missing shots. It wasn't like they ever lost, you know, in any of their confidence. And even like you see players like Williamson, who's continually missing shots, he still has 7 rebounds. And so someone like even the last possession, Hakeem Williams hasn't necessarily pushed the offense a lot, but now his strength and size, able to get down, able to muscle his way to the hoop, and it's going to be, you know, we talked about a 6-7 point lead being, and now we're at 8 points with 1:50. You wonder what Steve is saying to the offense. Can he still be kind of patient and look for the looks, or do you have to start to, I mean, you obviously can't take 23 seconds off the clock here.
Sure. Well, both teams only shooting 38% from the field, but has really been a difference maker. Carthage, 19% from 3. Those long-range ones, you get 1 or 2 of those to fall, and that really is the difference today. But this little run here by the Titans, Ryan
Pick and
Johnson.
pop.
Again, another miss from 3. Firebirds now 4 for 22 from long range.
And that one is,
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it. Titans obviously play good defense, force teams to miss shots. That one, a pick and pop, but saw Johnson get wide open and unfortunate not to knock it down.
Firebirds 1 for their last 14 from 3. So they made the threes early, but my goodness, if Coach Jarakovic just livid on the sideline with how things have transpired. At the line now for a 1-and-1. This could make it a double-digit lead with 73 seconds left in the game, and good.
We talk about the Titans as a free throw shooting team. There's not like a player on the floor for the Titans where, if you're Carthage, you're like, oh, let's foul that guy. They're all solid, and you're gonna need them to miss a couple if you're gonna get back in the game, because they'll run the clock down. They're gonna force you to foul them, and can Wesleyan miss enough free throws to allow Carthage back into this game?
10-point lead, and something to keep in mind too, what a short bench Coach Jarakovic has played with. Only 7 players, minus 3 minutes from Dawn and 3 from Bernero, have seen the court. Williams wants 3, can't find the bucket. Out to Lamb. Lamb from long range 3 rolls around, no good. Kind of the story of the day, as Johnson called with the foul. And Titans now well on their way. Should they make, they get 2 of them now. They make these 2 12-point lead with 49 ticks, should potentially be all but it.
I mean, you read about the Wesleyan defense, you say, yeah, sure, they're leading the CCIW in defense, and I've not been able to see them till today, and wow, I mean, so physically tough on defense, well coached, and they've just made it miserable for most of the day for Carthage, and the 3-point shooting's been playing a huge factor, and yeah, Carthage is not able to. I mean, sometimes it comes down in basketball. You're not able to make enough shots.
Now, Carthage, of course, as we stated, has secured the postseason. Carroll facing North Central today. And the only reason I say that is the only team that mathematically can take the 3 seed from them is Carroll. And that is if Carthage loses out, Carroll wins out, including today versus North Central.
Has been doing what you have to do if you're the Firebirds. Get a shot up quick, get fouled. Clock's not running when you're at the free throw line, so it's, if you think of the, what do you call those, like those win percentage charts, you know what I mean? And Carthage, clearly math is going to be stacked against them. And Nesbitt seems like he's been 1 for 2 at the line. Hopefully he can knock this one down, but that's been another factor, is that even free throws haven't been going down as well as Carthage can make them.
So they didn't want Balatovich to foul, so they waited for Dawn to get the foul. Titans go to the line for 2. Tanner Lamb checking in. As if the Titans make this 13-point lead, should all but do it with 38 ticks remaining. Now, crazier things have happened. If he misses, which didn't there, but if the Firebirds come back, make a very, very quick 3, hey, he's still in the game. And reminder, stick around for the post-game show. Coach Jarakovic will join us. Firebirds back in action next Wednesday against Wheaton, in what will then be the final regular season home game. Carthage still looks to host a game, as the 3 and 4 seed will be hosting a game. And there is that 3. Okay, so what happened, happened. But point is, if you get, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but barring anything crazy, Carthage to host a postseason game, whether at the 3 or 4 seed at this point. Now, that's not to discredit what might happen with Elmhurst. Elmhurst, again, was a half game ahead of Carthage. But however, at this point, Elmhurst, a 11-point lead over Wheaton in their contest. Let's check how much time is left into that one. That is final now, so that has gone final. So Elmhurst improves in conference play. So Elmhurst now will be a full game ahead of the Firebirds for that 2 seed with 2 games to go. Now, again, Elmhurst could lose out, Carthage could win out, and then maybe Carthage gets a 2, but you always want to get the bye if you can.
Of course.
Tired legs, you know. Miladovich called for the foul. He will then foul out.
Carthage foul number 11, Philip Miladovich, his 5th personal foul.
So subbing in is going to be number 14 for the Firebirds. Travis Zarowski out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Checked into the Firebirds, number 14, Travis Zarowski.
Huh. You wonder where Coach Jurkovic, it seems like, you know, a guy that's only played 3 minutes. I mean, he must be one of your better shooters. You just got to put you know, all offense out there.
Nemanja Stojic getting some time in senior day.
I mean, you can tell why Illinois Wesleyan is only lost 2 games of the conference.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just experience up and down the lineup. Their whole bench and, you know, starting 5 can play.
Yeah.
And they do things to win games, like knock down free throws, play great defense.
Williams looks for 3. Zanowski blocked out, and that should do it. So the Titans back and forth battle, but just at the end we talked about the final 4 minutes or so. Dry spell offensively for the Firebirds. Wesleyan did just enough offensively to keep that lead safe, and that's going to be it. That's all she wrote. Titans 70, Firebirds 58. Post-game show with Coach Jurkovic coming shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.
Your Carthage Firebirds men's basketball team returns to Tarble Arena Wednesday night at 7 p.m. as they take on Norwegian Thunder. Your Carthage men's volleyball team hosts the Milwaukee School of Engineering right here in Tarble Arena Thursday at 7 p.m. Once again, we thank you for coming out to support Carthage Athletics this evening. Please drive home safely, and as always, go Birds!
Welcome into the postgame show here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Eric Elger, Peter Ferreri, Coach Jared Kovic. I hate to be cliche, it's a tough one, but you guys were right there to the bitter end. Shots just really didn't fall, Coach.
They do a good job of really getting after you on the defensive end of the floor. They're the best defensive team percentage-wise, one of the best rebounding teams in the conference, and it shows.
Yeah.
They pick up, they pressure you at 30, 40 feet, take you out of your rhythm. They're physical on every single cut. They're physical on every single screen. They got hands on you for 40 minutes, and that's a style. I mean, it really, really works, and it took us out of our comfort zone. And we've preached the last, 3 games how good our assist-turnover ratio has been, and you're not going to win many games when you have 5 assists to 13 turns. And that's something that we got to work through, playing with strength, playing through contact, getting to your spots a little bit easier so then we can get more in-rhythm shots. And, we talked a lot about our stops lead to our transition look. And early on, I thought we had some stops that got us an opportunity when we made that run, cut it to 3 or 4 early in the first half, but we didn't string together enough stops to allow us to get up and down the floor.
Sure.
Yeah, you mentioned how good the Illinois Wesleyan defense is. With a defense like that, what is something you try offensively, try to work into to get some different looks, because they are such a physical team, and you could tell that they've, both times you played them so far, really have held you under your offensive averages. What's something that you do to make an adjustment if you guys see them again?
That's a great call, and I hope we do. They're relentless in their approach defensively, and if you're going to attack them, you've got to be more consistent, and we worked. We had a couple chances. I didn't think we executed to our best level on the offensive end of the floor, and that's not a knock on them. That's credit to them for taking us out of our rhythm. And all it takes is one step where now mentally you're one step behind, takes you out of the rhythm and flow of what you're trying to attack. And that just goes against playing a team that's big, physical, strong, and makes you work on every single play. So I thought we had some new wrinkles that we put in, but if you don't execute them, nothing's going to work. And I thought we got some post looks early. I thought Julian did a good job. I mean, all things being considered, having Julian back in this game was important. We know what he does to Wilmson. He makes him work for everything that he gets. I didn't think the rest of our guys did a good enough job of controlling them in the paint. And give a guy like Roper credit. He finished when he needed to. Give a guy like Yoder credit. And, hey, late in the game when it's a tie game, 2 guys off their bench stepped up big. And, Marco Anderson, who we know well, hit 3 straight shots in a key time. A shooter off the bench came in. Kolak hit a big 3 in a key time, and that stretches it from 4 to 7, 7 to 10, and it's hard to come back from that.
I mean, you talk about how physical they are, and with the bench that we went with, you didn't have you kind of stuck with 7 guys, and they were able to rotate more. When you got the lead late in the game, did that physicality, did that play into the kind of what happened at the end of the game?
Not. You know what? They wear you down. I'll give them credit for that, too. I thought, we got to do a better job of foul management, too, and where to take some. And, the last few games, it's sort of been on repeat of Phil picking up his 4th foul with 8, 9 minutes to go, and that doesn't help. So we got to be smarter playing without fouling, playing without reaching. And the ones that you don't need to, helping out of the ball side corner, reaching when there's no advantage, you're just going to foul a guy anyways, put him to the line. So we got to be smarter in our approach to make sure we make them earn everything we get. They're a really good basketball team. They're a conference champ for a reason, but we still held them to 38% from the floor too. So I thought defensively we did a pretty solid job. Rebounding, we did an okay job across the board, but at the end of the day, we got to do a better job offensively, getting to our spots, limit turnovers, and just execute at a higher level.
Talking about these next few days, one more home game next Wednesday can really, solidify your positioning in the rankings. I mean, you already secured a postseason spot, so talk us through what this final stretch is going to look like for you, Coach.
It is. It's the home stretch right now. We know we want to play our best basketball going into the conference tournament. I mean, I think as of this moment, we're probably playing another home game here the following Tuesday and going from there. So we're excited that we get another opportunity after next week, but we want to hopefully improve, and we've struggled a little bit down the stretch these last few games, and hopefully we get some confidence next week. Wheaton's playing well. Every team's still available. Every team is still working for something in the conference tournament. So we always say it's a battle home or away in the conference, but no different when every team is fighting for all 6 postseason spots. So our goal is to just improve, get better every single day, and play our best basketball going to the conference tournament and give ourselves the best chance.
Sure. Well, Coach, hopefully you get to relax a little bit tomorrow, maybe just a little bit, and then we'll see you back in a few days.
Awesome. Thank you,
All right,
guys.
thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, that was Coach Jared Kovic here on the postgame show on the Firebird Broadcasting Network. Final in Kenosha, 70-58. Eric, final thoughts on this contest leading up to the rest of the season, 2 games left.
I mean, I think it just came down to Coach Jurkovic said is like they knew the physical challenge that they're going to have. They knew how good of a defense was. They try to add some different wrinkles. And with a team like Illinois Wesleyan, you have to execute at the highest level. And Coach Jurkovic said, they just didn't execute like they know they can. And they don't. Illinois Wesleyan doesn't give you a lot of opportunities to make up those opportunities, to come back from things like that. So that's what played out tonight, I think.
All right, well, we want to thank you for joining us on this Saturday evening. We will be back on Wednesday for the final game of the season. For executive producer Mike Love, producer John Voinovich, the staff and crew Laura Ainsley, Matt, Joe Morgan, and Yam, we appreciate their work. Behind the scenes, none better than the CCIW. This program has been a presentation of Firebird Broadcast Productions and Carthage College, copyright 2024. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday for the final game of the regular season right here on the Firebird Broadcasting Network.